I was a defensive back for the University of Tennessee football team. I was a projected top 30 draft pick. All I had to do was play the next 10 football games and my life was about to change. And I'll never forget, first game we come out, I got an interception, couple big hits, couple pass breakups. Everything went great. Second game we playing against Air Force. The fourth quarter rolled around and the guy was coming down my sideline. I looked at the quarterback was releasing the ball to the guy. I hit the guy and it seemed as if every breath in my body left. My body went completely limp, fell to the ground, I blacked out. When my eyes opened, my teammates were running over to me and they said, "Ink, get up, let's go." And I said, "I can't." I couldn't move anything, I couldn't feel anything. One of the scariest moments of my life. Shock eventually left and stayed in my right arm and hand. And the whole while I was laying there, I was thinking, man, it's nothing too serious. Maybe a stinger, maybe a broken arm. They put me on the spine board, they wheeled me off the field, got me in the ambulance, got me over to the hospital, they took me back, ran some CAT scans, they brought me back into my room. And the final visit came at the Mayo Clinic and they said, "Here's the deal." They said, "Son, you have torn all the nerves in your brachial plexus." They said, "Your brachial plexus is the nerve roots that go from your spine that controls your arm and your hand. So you have torn them at all levels." They said, "We hate to tell you, but your arm never be the same again." They said, "Your hand never be the same again." They said, "Son, you can never play the game of football again." They said, "Here are your surgery options. You could take a muscle out of the back of your left leg, plug it into your right arm, but there's a possibility that you'll be left with a weak left leg and a weak right arm the rest of your life. So you could take a nerve out of your left arm, reroute it up to your chest, down into your right arm, but there's a possibility that you'll be left with 2 weak arms the rest of your life. Or you could take a nerve out of your left rib, reroute it up to your chest, down into your right arm, but there's a possibility that you'll be left with a breathing problem and a weak right arm the rest of your life. By the way, tell us what you want to do in the morning." I'll never forget that night. I went in that hallway and I had a talk with my mom and my dad. And I went into my room and I made peace with God about the situation. And the next morning I went into the doctor's office. They said, "Son, what option did you choose?" And I said, "No disrespect to you guys, but I'm not choosing an option." I said, "My situation is out of your hands." And they said, "What do you mean?" I said, "We're some of the best doctors in the world. We're the reason that you came up here." I said, "No disrespect to you, doc, but I'm not choosing an option." I said, "I know we'll come out of this okay." I always say a faith that has not been tested is a faith that cannot be trusted. And needless to say, when I came out of that surgery, I think I came out okay. As a matter of fact, I came out 10 times stronger, but my life changed. I had been right hand dominant my whole life. Now I can no longer use my right arm or my right hand. Now I had to go back to school and learn how to write all over again. Now I had to get help with taking a bath. Now I had to go out to people in public that didn't know what happened to me and say, "Hey, can you help me tie my shoe?" God had protected me for 20 years. From Lord knows what, for 20 years. And the one moment something doesn't go the way that I want it to go, the one moment something didn't play out the way I wanted it to play out, the one moment that I didn't like how something felt, that gave me the right to question God. No. That's like what he told the Apostle Paul when he prayed to him 3 times about the thorn in his flesh. And he basically said, "No, my grace is sufficient. My power is made perfect in weakness." And I think his power is made perfect through my weakness. All of my best friends are multi-millionaires, and my roommates from college. I always tell my guys, I say, "Yeah, man," I say, "you guys got the NFL contract, but I got the real contract. And it's long and it's rich." And so I'm just as happy, man. And, I'm not mad, because I firmly believe everything happens for a reason. And what this injury has meant to me, it's priceless. It's the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. If I can go back to that moment right now today, I wouldn't change a thing. If they could say, "Inky, we could put you on stage, you could be the #1 draft pick, $50 million guaranteed," I wouldn't take it for nothing in the world. Because this has been the best thing that has ever happened to me, because it's a lot bigger than me. This just isn't about Inky Johnson. If I sign an NFL contract, yeah, it's about me, I made it. But this isn't about Inky Johnson. This is about the souls and the lives that it's touching. This is about the people that's propelling through his tough patches and his adversity in life. This is a lot bigger than me. This is a tool that I could use for the rest of my life to be a blessing and be a witness for Christ. I got the real contract.
If this story inspired you, take the steps to change your life. The first step is always to say, "Jesus, help me." Come On, Let's Go distributes hundreds of similar stories of lives changed by Jesus Christ. If you want to be part of this vision, go.